Najprej bi rekla vse čestitke AIPA za 15-letnico. Obenem danes sem bila tudi priča te informacije, da danes ne praznujemo samo AIPA-ino 15-letno, temveč tudi 75. rojstni dan profesor dr. Trampuža, ki je eminenca na tem področju avtorskega prava, tako da tudi njemu vse čestitke. Urad Republike Slovenije za intelektualno lastnino je tudi nadzorni organ in kot nadzorni organ nadzira tudi kolektivno organizacijo AIPA. Sodelovanje z AIPO je korektno, vsekakor, tako kot za vsako kolektivno organizacijo imamo nekaj odprtih zadev, vendar z transparentnim, konstruktivnim sodelovanjem in s partnerstvom, kot tudi vedno pravim, to je v naši viziji navedeno, verjamem, da bomo prišli do uspehov in do pozitivnih rezultatov.
The SA was also established to value better the audiovisual repertoire compared to the music repertoire. So in 15 years, I think AIPA made great things, and the adoption of the legislation implementing the copyright directive is really a great achievement. I mean, all what has been achieved in the legislation for audiovisual authors is great. Now the legislation is one of the most advanced one in Europe, listing a lot of modes of exploitation, including the most modern one for online uses, on-demand uses, to provide remuneration for authors is great, but it's not finished. The job needs to continue because this needs to translate into actual remuneration for authors. So we count very much on AIPA to continue working for the next 15 years to deliver good remuneration for its members.
So far we have had private copying on other media, etc. But now there's a shift that most people do their private copying in the cloud. But the law often has not yet followed. And it's allowed under European law. So it's up to the national legislators to keep up and to update their laws so as to include the cloud copying into the remuneration for private reproduction, so as to really make sure that the authors and performers can benefit from all these uses.
In fact, the Slovenian legislation is fully in line with the Beijing Treaty, the EU directives, and it's gone like 5 steps beyond by securing performers, but not only performers, even directors and writers, a fair participation in the exploitation of their works and performances. So it has somehow strike a balance between the different interests at stake. So while the producers in Slovenia can license their movies, granting legal certainty to all the users, knowing that all the rights necessary for the exploitation are included in these licenses. At the same time, with this Slovenian legislation, with this way of acting of AIPA, performers and authors in those titles are capable of participating in a very fair manner in the results of this exploitation.
I think AIPA has been very successful in fighting to get established, get a license, and then positioning itself, organizing the whole sector, including for producers. And I think they've done a great job here and for their partners. We signed an agreement as AIPA with AIPA in 2017. And ever since then, the cooperation has been very good. We work together in Slovenia and in other countries. We represent some of the AIPA rights. So it's a good partnership. Well, I think AIPA has a competitive advantage of having a community of members who are a real community. They work together, and that may be a function of the personality of the society. It may be a function of the smallness of the country. We don't enjoy in Croatia as much of a commonality of purpose, although we're trying to do that as well. So in a way, AIPA is a model for the Croatian audiovisual community.